I'm sporting some kind of big hair today because this is a big topic: serums, devices, and kits. Oh my! This may be a bit of a controversial episode. It'll keep you from being one of these people who are on YouTube with these stories about how horrible dermarolling was for you and how it caused your whole face to be bright red for 6 days. You don't have to be that person. Microneedling is going to have the needles going straight into the skin, perpendicular to the skin, versus dermarolling, some needles are coming in from the side. Each of these vials has a roller on the top of it so that you can basically roll this on your skin. The anti-age system is one of those stem cell culture media systems. So it's made from bone marrow stem cells. So this device is available on any number of websites. You can get it for about $30. I purchased this device for $3. Look how big they are. Hi guys, Dr. Amy Keller here. This is part 3 of my series on microneedling and dermarolling at home. And I'm sporting some kind of big hair today because this is a big topic that I'm covering today. I'm going to be going into some specifics about serums, devices, and kits. Oh my, which is, by the way, the name of this particular episode. This may be a bit of a controversial episode, and not just because I'm going to show you some amazing one-size-fits-all pants that I'm sporting right now, which you'll see at the end, but because I'm going to be very honest with you about these dermarolling devices, where you can get them for a lot less money, what you should expect, and how to avoid some of the red flags or danger signals that are out there. So before all of that, it's time for my disclaimer. I am a doctor, but I'm not your doctor. So please do not take anything that I say as medical advice. Let's jump right into serums. Before that though, understand that you don't have to use any serum at all to see benefit from dermarolling and microneedling. And in fact, they've done studies, they've done split face studies where they treat one half of the face with just distilled water and they do microneedling, and they've done one half of the face with something like a vitamin C and microneedling. And they saw improvements on both sides of the face. Now they did see more improvements on the vitamin C side, but they did see some improvements even when just using distilled water. And the reason for that is because the machine itself creates this micro trauma or micro injury that's a mechanical trauma. It may be even an electromagnetic field disturbance that's happening as well, but that sets off this collagen induction phase. However, when we make these little channels in the skin with dermarolling or microneedling, we all of a sudden have this excellent drug delivery system. So we can actually apply topicals to the skin and get them much deeper into the skin and past that epidermal dermal junction where a lot of things have a hard time getting through. So it's an opportunity to get some of your really good topicals in the deeper layers of the skin. And vitamin C has very commonly been used. It's been used in a lot of studies and it's been shown to be very effective. So that's something that I would recommend as an option. Something else that's been studied is something like PRP, platelet-rich plasma, which I do not recommend that you do at home. Do not make PRP in your garage, please. So that's something that you should let your doctor do. Hyaluronic acid is something else that's commonly used for hydration, so that can be really effective. Peptide blends and growth factor blends, there are so many of these out there, and really there's not a lot of comparison data between, different peptide blends versus vitamin C versus hyaluronic acid versus something else. Everything has kind of been studied in silos, but the peptide blends and the growth factor blends can also be really effective. Green tea extract can be great for people who really want to stay natural and who are looking to combat inflammation and things like that. Some of the newer kits out there will take advantage of stem cell culture media, and that's something I'll talk about today in one of the kit reviews. A word of caution about microneedling. There are certain things that you would be careful with at home in using with a dermaroller or microneedling device. So certain active ingredients, including vitamin C, which can be a little bit harsh, retinoids, tretinoids, alpha hydroxy acid, some of the things that can be more irritating for your skin, if you apply them with a dermaroller or apply them after dermarolling, then you can really have a significant increase in irritation. Make sure you test them first, like in a patch test, before you do your entire face. That's actually really good advice. We should just do a little time out and talk about the patch test. First of all, People always say to patch test things, and I don't know about you, but I hardly ever actually do. I'm always just in a big hurry, right? I don't want to like patch test it, like what, that's gonna take time. But when you're talking about your skincare, if you're worried about your whole face being bright red or super irritated or rashy, then you should patch test before treating your whole face. You could do it on your neck, like maybe over here where no one's gonna see it, or on your inside of your arm, or somewhere like that where you basically can apply the serum. You can do a little bit of the Dermarolling or microneedling. You can wait a couple of hours and see what's going to happen. So recommend patch testing. It'll keep you out of trouble, and it'll keep you from being one of these people who are on YouTube with these stories about how horrible Dermarolling was for you and how it caused your whole face to be bright red for 6 days. You don't have to be that person. So those are some of the most common serums. And in general, with the serums, you want to apply them before, during, and after microneedling. Next topic, devices. This is a fun one. Now, I don't have all the devices here that are out in the world. I have like this one, and I have another one here, but I don't have all of them. But I will tell you some of the ones that are the best reviewed devices out there. I've used a lot of these. Some of them I have not used. I recommend using a 0.25 millimeter up to about a 0.5 millimeter Dermaroller. If you go more than 0.5 millimeters, I personally prefer to do microneedling. Microneedling is going to have the needles going straight into the skin, perpendicular to the skin, versus Dermarolling, some needles are coming in from the side. So if the deeper that you go, the more important it is that you have the needles coming in perpendicular versus from the side. Over about a 1 millimeter, I really recommend talking to your esthetician or your physician, because that's when you can start getting into trouble. That's when you're going to start getting bleeding, and you can start having scars, infection, stripy face, etc. Most of the Dermarolling devices are about $30. Most of the ones that are a single head device are about $30 if you buy them here in the United States. So some of the best reviewed ones are Stacked Skincare, which is about a $30 device. Alitura Naturals has about a $30 device. The MTS Roller, same, about $30. And there are several others in this category that are about the same price, about the same quality, and pretty well reviewed, with these titanium needles that can range, in number between 190 something to 600 and something. Other sets that I've seen online that have gotten good reviews, the Aura 6-piece set has actually 6 different attachments. So you can use this for your face, you can use a different attachment for your body, a different attachment around your eyes. That set is about $85 depending on where you go. Another very commonly well-reviewed set is the Beauty Bioscience Glow Pro Regeneration set or something like that. But basically it has the Dermarolling device that is a 0.3 millimeter device, but it has LED light in it and also does some vibration as well. And it includes a vitamin C serum, a retinol serum, as well as some prep pads. So it's kind of a whole kit, and that's about $200. And then something else that I do have here with me is the Anti-Age kit, which is pretty new. Let you look at it. It's a home microneedling kit. And what I like about this is that it comes with a Dermaroller. This is a 0.25 Dermaroller, but it also comes with a set of individually packaged Dermarolling vials of serum. So each of these vials has a roller on the top of it so that you can basically roll this on your skin like a deodorant bottle. The Anti-Age system is one of those stem cell culture media systems. So it's made from bone marrow stem cells that were expanded, and then they basically took out the culture media that was full of growth factors and cytokines, and they put those in these little bottles, along with some hyaluronic acid and some other things. So I do know this company, and I've seen the research behind some of their products for both skin rejuvenation and for hair restoration. If you want more information, you can contact me about that. Before we move on from the devices that are available and out there, I want to talk a little bit about this specific device. And I want you to get a good view. This is a device that's by a company called IGTV. And I bring this up because I really want to dive into something that's maybe a little bit controversial. So this device is available on any number of websites here in the US. It's actually a pretty well-reviewed device. You can get it for about $30. I purchased this device on Alibaba for $3. Here's why I'm telling you that. I'm not necessarily saying that you should go to Alibaba and purchase a bunch of things. However, I will tell you that a lot of the skincare devices that are sold here in the United States actually are made in China or South Korea or other Asian countries. Alibaba and like DHgate are two big e-commerce sites similar to Amazon, but they're Chinese. And you can actually find some pretty good deals on there. Now, sometimes you have to buy in bulk, like you have to buy 50 of something to get the good deal, but oftentimes you don't. So I've seen significant price reductions when you purchase through something like Alibaba or DHgate versus buying directly here in the United States. I can tell you that if you go and you find a product you like here in the United States and you do some research, there's a good chance that you'll find a very similar, if not the exact same product on one of these other websites for about 1/10 of the price. I learned my lesson about this a few years ago when I was approached by a company who was selling these little vials that had a vial and the top part had little needles, and you could essentially needle in serums into your skin. And at the time I had never seen that before, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Well, the company was selling directly to US doctors for like $300 for one of these little vials with these special needles, and they're gold needles and they're so special. And I thought it would be something worth trying, and so I did, and it was fine, but it wasn't worth $300. Shortly after, I found the same little vials, which is called a Hydra needle. You can actually look that up, Hydra needle, on DHgate for $3. I'm not even joking. So, by the way, the Hydra needle is something else you could do in lieu of Dermarolling or in lieu of microneedling. It's kind of like a dermal stamping. You essentially fill the little vial up with the fluid that you want, the serum that you want to use, and then you have little needles on the surface, and then you can essentially needle that directly into your skin. If you decide to roll the dice and buy something on, Alibaba, DHgate, one of these other websites, a couple of words of caution. Obviously, you just have to be careful. You never know what you're going to get, but that's, again, kind of true anywhere. Read the reviews, those kinds of things if you can. The next piece of advice is be prepared to wait. A lot of these things take weeks to even a month or so for shipping to get over to the United States. And sometimes they come in like a package that's like all like wrapped up with duct tape, and it's kind of beaten and battered, and like you don't know where it's been, and you forgot what you ordered, and it's a whole thing. But you can get some good deals, especially if you're buying more than one of something, or if you and some friends come in together to buy a few of these devices. So that pretty much wraps up that section. I'll leave you with a couple of general thoughts on this matter. Regarding the serums, I prefer serums that are made specifically for microneedling if you're going to be going over a depth of about 0.5 millimeters. You can probably use your normal facial serums if it's less than 0.5, but if it's more than 0.5, I like the little individually wrapped containers that are sterile, that are made specifically for microneedling. There are a number of websites that sell these types of serums. For instance, mtdermaroller.com is one of them, which again, I have no affiliation with them, but I did find they have quite a number of options as far as purchasing serums or post-recovery masks online. Second thing is, when it comes to the serums that you're using for microneedling or Dermarolling, it really depends on what you're trying to treat. So you want to tailor it. One size does not fit all, except if you're talking about my pants that I'm wearing right now, which I want to show you because they're amazing. Are you guys ready? Okay, so these are my pants, which I got in Amsterdam, and I want to show you how cool they are. Look, watch this. Okay, look how big they are. So these pants are one size fits all. Your microneedling serum is not. On that note, it's clearly time to finish this episode. Episode 4 will be coming out soon. Episode 4 is going to be talking about specific skin problems and how we may be able to use microneedling and dermarolling for those problems. I promise I will not wear these crazy pants again or ever make you watch me do that insane pant dance ever again. I promise. What's the cross my heart? Cross my heart. Hope to die. Poke a needle in my eye. Bye, guys.